the goal for you is to just get one idea. That's it. You want to leave here with one idea and go, oh, that's the one idea I want to apply right away. What you're going to find out as a regional director is that you're going to realize there's two parts to, kind of what we do. If you look at the challenge as the vehicle, what we begin to teach you at the regional director level and above is what's underneath the hood, right? And it's going to show you why this vehicle moves so fast. So the challenge is why it looks so pretty, but what's underneath the hood is why it moves so fast. And that's what we begin to teach you at this level. I'm only going to take 20 minutes of content that is a piece of 4 hours worth of content that you guys are going to have a chance to access on the 8th, I think, in Long Beach. Is that all right? Yeah. So that Long Beach Regional Director event,
15th.
15th. Okay, the following. Okay. So the 15th is the Regional Director training. Whatever you got to do to be at the Regional Director, you're already qualified, get to that training. Or you could do like this, at the end of the 30 minutes here, or 25 minutes, you go, wow, I think I should probably be at that training, then get down there. What I would also do is make a plan to figure out who you can bring to Regional Director in your team that you can get there with you. Because the only thing better than knowing the mechanics of how to build this is having someone in your team, know the mechanics of how to build this. So let's start by discussing how you got to Regional Director. You got to Regional Director because you began to understand and build a muscle of breaking rising star directors. Right? Maybe you broke 4, maybe you broke 8. On average, you have about 6. And that's how you became a Regional Director. Okay? That muscle is now building. You can go all the way to a 6-figure income and beyond simply by mastering. And I don't say that word lightly. Mastering is very different than understanding, learning, writing down, hearing. When I say mastering, I mean mastering by every sense of the word. You've mastered how to break a director, here's the next part, in 7 days or less. That's one of only 2 muscles. Now if you say, narrow it down to me, 2 things that I got to do that can make me a 6-figure income in this. Master the muscle of breaking directors in 7 days or less. Now, the thing that can throw you off is that we have a promotion that says Rising Star Director, that if you do it in how many days or less? 30 days or less, that you get access to our weekly enrollables, right? So what that does is it shifts everybody's thinking immediately to 30. But 30 is the deadline, right? That's not, you don't want to build your business by the deadline. Yeah. Watch this. Does the rank of ambassador, meaning the amount of months it takes you to achieve it, does it have a deadline?
No.
Not in our compensation plan, but technically it does. The deadline is your last day on planet Earth. So since that's the deadline, do you guys want to wait until your last day on planet Earth to go ambassador, right? No. Nor should you build a muscle of teaching people to wait till the last day, or thinking it's okay to wait till the last day to go Rising Star, because you wouldn't do that for ambassador, so why would you do it for Rising Star Director? 7 days is the max. 4 to 7. So every time I say 7 days, I want you to think more or less. 7 days or less, 7 days or less, 7 days or less. Now again, this is a muscle that you want to what? What was the key word I said?
Master.
Master the muscle of 7 days or less, 7 days or less, 7 days or less. Now the cool thing about it is, at the end of the 7 days, all you do is repeat the cycle. And you do it again for 7 more days. And if you don't get him to director, just do it for 7 more days. 7 more days. And you keep doing the same thing over and 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 over again with people every how many days? 7 or what?
Less.
7 or less. 7 or less. 7 or less. Okay? Now, it gets annoying sometimes because I think when you become at the regional director, national director level, especially the regional director level, people get annoyed with the mantra of stars and cars and stars and cars and stars and cars. And then you get to ambassador and you realize all you did was master the muscle of breaking people to Rising Star to qualify them for their car, right? So even though you might be like, there's got to be more to this. No, that's about it, right? Master the muscle of breaking Rising Stars and putting people into cars. That's the muscle. And then repeat and repeat and repeat, okay? Now, the process is a 3-step process. And I'm going to go through all 3 of those steps with you guys in just a second. I want you to look at everybody in your team, right? If you guys would pull up your team report right now. and you look for everybody who is not a director. I want you to look at every single one of them as if they were an opportunity. An opportunity to become a director in the next how many days?
7.
Or less, right? So many people look at like, oh, I got these 10 people, and they're not doing anything, and they're not directors. I'm like, great, that's 10 opportunities this week to go break a Rising Star director, go break a director, right? And if you don't get them there, guess what? Start over and do it again. And if you don't get them there, guess what? Start over and do it again. Every how many days? 7 or less, right? So don't be frustrated if you have a lot of people who are not director in your team. Mathematically, you have to have more people in your team who are not director than who are, because you have to have 3 for one. So mathematically, you have to. So don't look at those 3 as anything more than those are my next 3. What was the word I used? Opportunities. Those are the next 3 what? Opportunities to go create a director in the next 7 days or less. We got this. Okay, good. Now, the training on breaking these directors in 7 days or less is something we call operation duplication. Right? It's like, here's the mission. We got to duplicate this machine of stamping out directors. Stamping out directors. Why don't you think of like a little assembly line of just director. You want to create a director factory. That's what you're trying to do as an individual. Say, okay, every time somebody joins my team, director 7 days or less. Director 7 days or less. Director 7 days. I created a director factory. That's what you're trying to accomplish, because if you do, you break a bunch of people into cars, and soon you're ambassador. And then you're like, wow, I don't even know what just happened. I mastered the ability to break directors in 7 days or less, help 12 people get a car, got myself to ambassador. Now what do? Take your top 5 people, help them put 12 people in a car by breaking a bunch of Rising Stars, and they're 5-star ambassador. You went from 10 grand a month to 50 grand a month. Can't be that easy. No, it really is that easy, right? Now, there is a second muscle that you want to master that I'll get to in the end, and then there's some secret sauce that we'll talk about too. But this is 50% of, I guess 50% would be inaccurate. Anyone ever heard of the Pareto principle? 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
80% of your results come from 20% of the people. Another way of saying it would be 80% of your results come from 20% of the things that you do. This would be one of those 80%, right? This would be one of those 80%. So if you can focus on what are the things that I'm trying to do, this is one of them. Now, the 3 steps that you're running every single time, so this operation duplication is a 3-step system. Every single time somebody starts new in your team, immediately when they get started, they must go through a getting started training. Yeah. If they go through a getting started training, they're lost. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing, so they do nothing, or they make it up. Neither of those are good things. They make it up, it's probably worse than doing nothing, because then they're saying God knows what, and by the time they're done saying it, their closest 10 friend and family members don't ever want to talk to them again, because who knows what they said, right? Yeah. So you want to make sure that you put them through this getting started training the moment that the presentation's over. Then schedule at the getting started training step 2 and step 3. Okay? Step 2 is at the getting started training. You're going to schedule time in the next 24 to 48 hours to sit down and do what? Pre-party. So that you can fill up step 3, which is the challenge party. See, it's not like this is the big secret. We actually put it in the presentation. We said these are the only 3 things that you got to figure out how to do over and over and over and over and over again. So we say it on the DVD, we say it on stage, and we say it in the closed-door secret meeting. This is the secret. You got to master these 3 steps. You got to get people and say, okay, getting started training, pre-party, challenge party, within 7 days, and if you're not a director, what do? Repeat. Same 3 steps. You're not a director, repeat. You're not a director, you got 4 cracks at it. You got 4 cracks at a 7-day run to get them to Rising Star, to get them to Rising Star status, right? And even if you don't get it done, do you have to stop then? No. As long as they're willing, you should be willing. As long as they're willing, you should be willing. It's pretty simple. It's like, hey, we didn't get it done this week, Carol, but we got you your first 2 customers, and we got you a business partner. Which means 1 more, you get your product for free, and 2 more, you're a Rising Star director. You're thinking about getting your product for free and going Rising Star this week? Oh, yeah. Would you like my help? Yeah. Let's schedule a challenge party. And you just repeat the process another time, right? They've already got 15 people that didn't show up to the last challenge party. Call those 15 back. Okay. Now, pre-party is where the system breaks down. This is where all the money is or is not made. And the reason why is because most people, when they start something new, are deathly afraid to communicate it. So they'll go to the default email or text or Facebook, but they're definitely afraid of picking up the phone and having a one-on-one conversation because of a fear of rejection. And all those other things will help, text, email, Facebook, but they're not going to build the business for someone. They've got to pick up the phone and they've got to call. But they don't want it. Because when they first get started, that phone looks like it's £1,000,000. And they're making up 25 reasons as to why each of the 25 people do not want them to call and tell them about the challenge. How many of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Well, guess what? So do I, because 15 years ago, when I had to make my first few phone calls, I was definitely afraid as well. So if you were all deathly afraid, and I was deathly afraid, what does that pretty much mean for everybody else? They're going to be deathly afraid as well. They can call it whatever word they want to call it, but they have a fear of rejection. And the easy way to get them past this is to make sure somebody's there when they make their first 5 to 10 contacts. That's it. If you do that, everything in your business speeds up. Everything in your business changes. You'll have a smaller team with larger results. Trust me, you'd rather have a smaller team with larger results than a larger team with smaller results. Less people to manage. Yeah. Less people to communicate with. Less people to lead. You want to have a smaller group with a lot more results than this huge group doing just nothing. So how do you get them to do something? The answer is send somebody. Usually it's one of your directors. And if it's not one of your directors, then it's you. Somebody's got to go make the first 5 to 10 phone calls with this person during this pre-party process, or guess what they're going to do when it comes time to make the calls?
They're not going to do
nothing. Or they're going to call 3 people 8 times and tell you they made 25 phone calls. But it was the same 3 people. And they got 2 people at the challenge party, or they got 0 people at the challenge party. We all know, after becoming a regional director, you all know if somebody actually called 25 people and said what we teach, at least 5, 7, 8 people are showing up at that challenge party. At least. And 2, 3, 4, 5 ready to buy. Because they would have never got to that house if they weren't ready to buy. They went through the website. They went through a conference call. They read the magazine. They're highly interested people. By the time they show up there, they're ready to buy. They're there to close, right? So if you analyze this process, then if the challenge party is where they buy, and the pre-party is whether or not they're going to show up, wouldn't you put all of your muscle behind making sure that invitation went down correctly, instead of making sure you showed up at the house? Who cares if you show up at the house, really, if nobody's there to see you? Like, hey, I'm coming my new BMW. Doesn't matter, nobody's there. Somebody needs to be there to call like crazy to make sure there's people there at that challenge party. Does it always have to be you? No. Should it be you sometimes? Sure. Now, here's the cool part. Let's say you guys sign up 4 new people in your team tonight. Do you have to meet with all 4 of those people? Do you have to meet with all 4 of those people separately? No. You can meet with all 4 of those people together, and they can all take out the 25-person list. You can take out yours too, and you can say, okay, I'll go first. Now you go. Now you go. Now you go. Now you go. Now I'll go. And you just round robin. People are like, wow, this is so much easier. I wouldn't normally ask this, but I'm going to ask you guys to turn the lights up because it's starting to affect every time I look this way. Like all I can see is a white light, right? So
sorry.
I figured by the end of 20 minutes, I'm really not going to see anything. So I apologize. Thank you. Yeah, you might have to start it and then restart it. Sorry about that. But you can definitely record. I'm only seeing bright lights right now.
Stars and cars.
Stars and cars. That was good.
6 of them. So every 7 days. No,
It's the eclipse.
here's the other thing. The other thing why it's really good to have somebody there is you neutralize their rejection. It is guaranteed that as the grass is green and the sky is blue that somebody is going to get no's. People are going to get no's. That's just not everyone's interested, right? But the no hurts way more when you're by yourself. And it's really, really slows your process of wanting to reach out again and get another no. But if you're with the person, you look at it like, oh, who cares? Oh, yeah, my cousin don't want to do it either. Let's call someone else. They're like, oh, okay. And they just call someone else, right? So what I'm suggesting is you got to get somebody there to make sure, A, they're actually running the process, B, they're doing it correctly, and C, when somebody's getting rejected, they can be there to give them a little arm around and say, no big deal. But when you got 4 people all doing it, you together like, oh, our cousins are stupid. Yeah, let's go somewhere else, right? And now it becomes us 4 against our 25-person list, as opposed to, and it creates a rally, it creates an energy around it. So I really feel that the money's made in the pre-party. And if you want full challenge parties, figure out a way to make sure somebody's there with a new person. They make those first 5 to 10 calls. How many of you guys remember your first day at any job that you had? Doesn't matter which one. Did you have somebody there at least for the first 5 to 10 minutes? Right? Yeah. I mean, if not the first 5 to 10 days. Depending what you did for a living, if not the first 5 to 10 weeks. Right? So we should probably be there for the first 5 to 10 phone calls to get somebody kicked off in their new business, right? Step 3, the challenge party. That one's easy. I think all you guys have figured out how to blend and press play. And here's something I recommend though. Every challenge party you can, your voice needs to be heard. That doesn't mean you need to go to every challenge party in your team. But you should call in and close out every challenge party in your team. And what you should be saying at the end of this is that it should only take 4 minutes. You shouldn't be on the phone for 20 minutes. After the DVD plays, you call in and you say, hey, I'm Sam. I'm a regional director. I referred, Campbell referred Carol. And I can't tell you how amazing this is. In the last 60 days, I've lost 10 pounds. My wife's down 2 dress sizes. I've already qualified for my BMW. In fact, I pick it up next week. New 5 Series. And then you start saying stuff like this. I was just like you. As many times as you can say, I sat in that seat just like you. I watched that DVD just like you. I tasted the shake just like you. I thought my friend was crazy for a minute just like you. And you just keep saying that. And they're like, oh, this guy is what?
Just
like me. And at the end you say, but here's the difference, guys. At the end of that DVD, I fill out the application, hopefully just like you. And now I'm making an extra $1,500 a month. I got a new car in my driveway, and I'm on my way to making a heck of a lot more and help a lot of people and losing my 40 pounds. So turn to Kim. Let her know if you're a 1, 2, or 3. Good luck, guys. Right? And you just close out like that, 3 or 4 minutes. And it's amazing the results that you'll get just being Charlie. How many of you guys remember the show Charlie's Angels?
Oh yeah.
It's called the Charlie's Angels effect. Everyone crowds around like, it's a guy. His voice is coming out of there. And for some reason, you could drive down the street and talk to these 3 people and have less effect than calling in and them hearing your voice. So those are the 3 steps. Every single time someone gets started, getting started training, pre-party, challenge party, repeat. Getting started training, pre-party, challenge party, repeat. And this runs on a how many day cycle? 7 or less. 7 or less. Okay, now, check the time. Okay, we got 10 minutes. Now, the way that you audit the process, because you should absolutely be auditing the process, is every time somebody new joins your team, you call their upline director. In this case, let's say it's Ingrid, and you say, Ingrid, hey, I saw that Vi just joined the team. Is your name really Vi?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know there's another Vi here that's, okay. So, Ingrid, I saw Vi just join the team. Put her on the phone with me. So Ingrid connects me to Vi to do a welcome call. You guys should do a welcome call within the first 24 hours of every single person that joins your team. Until when? Until somebody else steps in, you teach this to them, and they start doing it. Okay? So until probably you break a regional director. A welcome call takes 3 minutes. I'm going to hit the pause button. I missed a piece. Let me go backwards to that 3-step process. That process will always work, except for the fact that you're dealing with human beings. Breaking directors, it'll always work. You give it 2-3 runs, you always have a director, except for the fact that you're dealing with human beings. There's 2 reasons why a human being will not run that system. How many of you guys have noticed there's people that join your team that won't have a challenge party, won't make a list, won't pre-party, right? Okay, there's 2 reasons why. Number 1 is they don't know why they're doing it. What I mean by that is they don't know why they're promoting the challenge for themselves. They'll say stuff like, I want to make extra money, but that's not why people do things. People don't do things to get a stack of money. What they do things for is what that money will do. So what you got to do is, first of all, figure out why you're doing this. But with every person in your team, if you know truly why they're doing this, if it's very important for Carol to be able to put, her nephew through college, that's like her thing, then anytime Carol's stuck and not taking action, you can go back to Carol and say, Carol, come on, we got to get your nephew through college. Let's do this. Let's do it together. and get her back on track as to why she's doing this. But if she doesn't know why she's doing it, she won't go take action. Now, there's a second reason that Carol might not go take action. Let's say she does know why, and she's still not doing it. What's the second reason why she's not taking action? She's afraid. How do you get past fear?
Doing it.
Okay?
Get past the first 3 seconds.
Them doing it will definitely get them past fear, which means they're probably going to need your support because they won't do it unless somebody's there to support them. And that was kind of a vague question, but a result gets you past fear quickly. You have to get them a result. If you get them a result, fear starts to go away. How many guys have a lot less fear than you did the first day you started? Because you got a bunch of results. You got at least 1,000 results dollars per month coming in, right? So you know that there's less to be afraid of. And how many of you guys have met ambassadors that are just like, this is so easy, man, this is so easy. You know why? Because they have so much results that they fear nothing. There's nothing that someone could say to them that would affect them. Like, really? You think what I'm doing is stupid? Wow. So while you're at the office today at 11 a.m., I'll be at the park with my kids. Enjoy the office. Right? So why do you think they don't care what somebody thinks? It's like they know now that they have their time back, they've got their life back, right? So you've got to get people results. If you get people results, they'll get past fear. If you get people results, they'll get past fear. If you get people results, take that personally, right? These people are in whose team?
Ours.
These people are in whose team?
Mine.
Eyes over here. Hello. They're in your team. So whose responsibility is it to get them a result? Yours. Your responsibility to get them a result. They're in your team, right? So, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are
Need
you?
a chair?
Yeah.
Come on over. You gonna walk right through the room? No, I'm totally kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So if they're in your team, get them a result. And if you get them a result, fear dissipates. Okay. So you got to know why they're doing it, and you also got to be willing to get them a result to get it past their fear if that fails. Okay. Now, let's get back to what I was saying. The audit process. Welcome calls. She puts me on the phone with Vi. The first thing to say to Vi is, Vi, welcome to the team. So glad you're here. Tell me why you're doing this. So that's what made me remember that I forgot. Find out why she's doing this right now. She's going to say, oh, make some extra dollars. Cool. What would you do with that? Oh, I don't know, get some stuff. Great. What type of stuff would you get? And you just keep drilling and drilling until she gives you a real answer, which is, I really want to get my husband home from work. Really? I mean, does that really excite you? I mean, how cool would it be to wake up every day with your husband and be able to take the kids to school, pick them up from school? Would that be like really cool for you? You can answer. No? Okay,
Yes, sure.
else.
Yes.
So let's play along here. You don't want your husband to be home.
No.
Choose somebody else, please.
So you just go on this.
Okay.
So,
This is role play.
is that really important to you? Are you super serious about that?
Yes.
Excellent. That means we need to be really serious about making this happen for you. And I'm going to be really committed to helping you make this happen. So let's do a quick check-in. Did you go through your getting started training?
Yes.
Awesome. How many people do you have on your list so far?
I'm about 35.
35. That's great. You're an overachiever because there's only 25 spaces. High five. Awesome. So, and now Ingrid knows, he's going to ask her more questions, right? She now knows, now let's start asking questions, hey, Vi, have you scheduled your challenge party yet?
No.
Interesting. Okay, well, if we're going to get your husband retired, we're going to have to schedule a challenge party. You notice I didn't say, hey, I really want to get to ambassador, so we need to schedule a challenge party. What I said was, we really need to get what you want. People don't care what you want. They care what they want. Hey, we really need to get you, get your husband retired, so we need to have a challenge party. Today is Thursday. What day works better for you? Wednesday or Thursday of next week?
Thursday of next week.
Perfect. 6:45 or 8:15?
6:45.
6:45. Ingrid, you free at 6:45? Ingrid's coming to your house.
Awesome.
And in fact, I'm even going to call into your house as long as you have 5 people there, which I know you will. You know why? Because you and Ingrid are going to pre-party in the next 48 hours. Which day works better for you, Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Friday. Okay, 6 or 8?
8.
Ingrid, 8 o'clock. Go over there and make calls. Bang out that 35-person list. See, how many of you guys have heard the term, maybe you haven't yet because you're brand new RDs, forcing the calendar? Anybody heard this? What you're doing right now is you're forcing your calendar. You now schedule a closeout, and you're forcing her calendar. You're not forcing her calendar. You're not forcing a new person. You're filling yours and hers. But by communicating with her team. Great, welcome to Team Vi. Can't wait to see how your challenge party goes. Put me on the phone with your other new person, Lori. Lori, welcome to the team. Why are you doing this? Why? Ah, I see. So you really want to take your kids on the dream vacation that you promised them for the last 10 years and you never got a chance to do that. Is that really important to you?
That's very
How serious do you want to do that?
Very serious.
Well, then I'm serious about it too, and so is Ingrid. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you scheduled your challenge party?
I have.
Awesome. And did you schedule a time with Ingrid to sit down and make calls and pre-party?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, are you available Friday at 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Perfect, because Ingrid's going to be pre-partying with Vi, and you're all going to now get together. See this? Now, you just put these two together for her. Now, let's say you're done with Ingrid's team and you jump over to Melinda? Melissa. You jump over to Melissa's team. You get 2 more people at Friday at 8 o'clock. Guess where you're going? Wouldn't you? I mean, think about it. That's 100 people on a list. No, I don't got anybody to call. There's 4 people with 25-person lists to fill up 4 challenge parties. Guys, that's 4 rising stars this week. That's how the system is just like boom, 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 boom. If you will audit it, just audit it. Do a welcome call. Why are you doing this? Did you go through your GST? Did you schedule challenge parties? When you making calls? And if they don't schedule, if they're resistant, why are they resistant?
We don't have their buy-in.
They don't know why. You don't have their buy-in. You got their credit card, but not their buy-in. Right? To get their buy-in, you have to help them understand why they're doing this. Lori's like, I don't want to have a challenge party. Laura, you don't have to have a challenge party. Technically, you can do whatever you want. It's your business. Now, I'm not an expert at this, but I'm making an extra $2,000 a month. It's only took me 60 days to do that. Would an extra $2,000 a month help your kids go on that vacation?
Oh, yeah.
Follow my lead. I'm not going to lead you astray. Is this making sense to you guys? You got to be confident enough to say these things. I'm not telling you got to be like, Lori, I'm going to make you rich, because you guys haven't got that belief level yet. Maybe you do. Maybe because you have a belief level in yourself that you're like, hey, I know where I'm going, so come with me. But you at least have enough belief to say, I can get you in the car. You just got to do exactly what I tell you to do. And lead them, right? Now, I'm going to do a time check. 90 seconds, right on time. Here's the secret sauce. Actually, sorry. I told you guys there was 2 things you need to master, and then some secret sauce. Here's the first thing you need to master. Breaking directors every what?
7 or less.
Right? Second thing you need to master. Events. Fill them up. Figure out, you got to look at every event as like you're reclosing people that you already signed up all over again. You can't be like, oh, I assume you're all going. Nope. One at a time, I'm calling you. One at a time, I'm calling you. If you can't get somebody to go and you're stuck with somebody, 3-way upline. Because these events are the other half of what, if you can only master 2 things, master Busted Rising Stars, master events. Why? Simply because belief determines your actions, actions determine your results. More belief, more actions, more results. Do you guys want a team with less belief or more belief? More belief. So you need to get them events. Well, why do events build belief? Because you do something magical? No, because the brain works one way and one way only, on references. Less references, less belief, less action. More references, more belief, more action. So if you get your team to Long Beach and they see 2,000 references, well, that's a heck of a lot more than the 7 that they saw at your house.
Yeah. Right.
Guess where their belief goes? Boom! Guess where their action goes? Boom! Guess where the results go? Boom. Everybody get this?
Yep.
So, events. And by the way, they're going to do wonders for your belief as well. Even if you think your belief's here, it's going to take it here. It's going to take it here. It's going to take it here, to the point where you become bulletproof. So that's the second thing you want to master. I know I didn't spend a lot of time on this one, but it doesn't make it less important. Does not make it less important. It's equally as important. In fact, if you were really bad at this business and you can only get one thing right, get events right. Because if you get events right, you'll find people that can master the other part. Okay? Here's the secret sauce. You got to have a waiting room. No waiting room, no contest, no secret sauce. So I don't need to spend time on how to run contests right now. All I need to tell you is fill your waiting room. If you don't have, well, my upline, I don't care about your upline. I don't care about their contest. I don't care about their. If you don't have a waiting room, you have no control. Fill your waiting room, you're in control. No waiting room, no control. Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay, I want everyone to lock in that one idea. I said one idea is all you need to take from this, and you're going to be off and running and get some new results. Scan your notes, one idea. Turn to someone next to you, get their one idea, and give them yours. Ready, go. Okay, now turn the other way, get their one idea. Go,
Repeat,
George.
repeat, repeat. 7 days.
Yeah.
Stars.
Okay, on the count
7
of
days
three.
or less.
7 days or less.
On the count of three, yell out your one idea so I can get an idea what you guys learned. 1, 2, 3, go.
7 days.
7 days or less.
Oh, a lot of welcome calls.
3-way call.
Okay, well, I hope this 30 minutes was useful. You got something out of it. Congratulations again, guys, and I'll see you in Long Beach. That was neat. Congratulations, guys.